Hey guys, today's Sunday, March the 12th of 2023, and I want to go over the US dollar, energy, and metals. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, nothing's really changed with crude oil. It's just been chop fest. Just sideways price action inside monthly bars. It's hasn't decided what it wants to do. RBOB, not looking that bad. It looks like it wants to break out and trend to the upside. It's probably one of the strongest ones in regards to the shorter time frame. So if you want to keep an eye on that, it did have kind of like a false breakout here. It kind of sold off a little bit, but so far it's still stronger compared to crude and Brent. Heating oil not looking too good, making lower lows and lower highs, and it's just weaker, but at least it's trending down. And natural gas, I think, is probably the one I'm most interested in because it's very oversold at the bottom of the barrel. And if you want to do a swing play to the upside, I mean, how low can it go? Is it going to go to zero? Zero is very close. We're very close to zero if it ever gets there, which I doubt, but you never know. But this is probably the one that I got my eyes on. Ethanol just kind of going sideways. If we look at the weekly, you could just see that the chop fest is very strong. Tight, narrow range, up and down. So you could, scalp in and out. It's not bad if that's the strategy to make some money in this market. You can see that RBOB had a little breakout here, but then tucked his head back in. So now it's back in the range. And heating oil, you can see the weekly pattern is lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So that means it's still trending down. And natural gas is somewhat bottoming. You guys seen my video. I'm not going to go too much into detail into that. And our ethanol just kind of going sideways. So let's start off with the charts and see what we have going on there. So this is our uranium UX2 futures, and you can see that uranium has just been in the accumulation distribution phase. So it's just pretty much sideways price action. You could put a trend line here, and it has a little breakout, and you think it's going to continue, but then it pulls back in. So what you really want to do is just kind of put a box and just box this out. So you can kind of see once it really closes above this price level here, that's when you're going to know, which is 52.70, that it could probably continue trending higher. But so far it hasn't gone up there yet. But it's not really taking out the lows either. So it's just pretty much going, sideways. Okay, we'll start off with Brent. You can see that it's just kind of going sideways here. Nothing really going on the monthly, just a lot of chop. On the weekly, you can see the same thing, just back and forth. This is the point of control, 79.80, 79.94. And it hasn't even like closed above like what it did here, but then it just sunk right back in. And I'll go over Brent. It's kind of the same thing as crude. You could just see the chop fest. Same thing here on the monthly. I don't see anything here that's changed. And you're below the cloud. Heating oil, you can see that you lost point of control over here, which is at 330. And you have support right here at the cloud, like a 50%, which is at 269. So far that's holding. So that would be the level I'll be watching. Midterm, you're pretty much below the cloud, so that's very, very bearish. Just chopping around here, pushing lower. Volume pretty much was very bearish last week, and looks like you went up, pull back down. So keep an eye on the daily to see if this is a fail new low, which is a FNL. Because if it doesn't make a new low, chances are it could maybe break out to the upside, but that hasn't happened yet. So just keep it on the radar. But the trend is still down. Natural gas, next 2 weeks are going to be very important. So keep an eye on that. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. RBOB, this is the one that's interesting because look at the monthly. I don't know why this keeps showing up. Look at the monthly. The last 3 months, even though the trend is down, it's trying to get strength to the upside. This is the only one I think that has a positive MACD on the monthly. Volume has been, not that bad. Above point of control, which is that 230, and above the 239. So RBOB looks like it wants to trend higher. If you look at the weekly, you see it's starting to make higher highs and higher lows. That's what you want to start seeing. And things are a little positive here. The trend is positive, is white. Hekanashi candles are up. You're going to have to deal with the 50 on the weekly, 290, and this is going to be a strong level, 310 right here. These levels are going to be strong. Even though the linear regression channel is pointing down, this is going to be a level right here you're going to deal with. These two guys, these are the next two levels you're going to deal with. Had a little breakout, and then it, dipped in right in. So if it could hold at least 250, which is the point of control, that's good. You can see the weakness kicked in on the daily. MACD got negative. Although Friday the volume was very to the bulls right there. It was green. And look, this is the only one that's above the cloud on the short term, on the daily. Crude, natural gas, heating oil, none of them are above the cloud on the daily. So RBOB is the one you want to keep an eye on, because even though it pulled up, it kissed the 200 SMA on the daily and pulled back in, it could maybe do another leg and continue going higher. So keep that on your radar. And natural gas. All the other ones, if you're into scalping, that's probably the play to do in and out until it decides, crude and Brent decides what, where they want to go and what they want to do in regards to price action. All right, so this is our metals. Looking at the monthly, you can see that we have 3 inside monthly bars on gold. Silver kind of sold off, but looks like it's making lower highs and lower lows. And platinum, kind of the same thing like silver. Copper, kind of holding there. Hasn't really sold off. Just, what is it, 408, 407? That's the line in the sand. It's just kind of oscillating there. Didn't break out, but not selling off. Inside monthly bars, and palladium is the weakest of them all. Looking at the weekly, you can see that buyers came in on gold, breaking it out of this last 2 weeks inside bar. So it looks like the pressure now wants to go to the upside. And silver, some bottom feeders showed up, but still kind of weak. They don't even take out last week's high. So it's on a little weaker compared to gold. And platinum is interesting. Had this nice little bull kicker, and then it pulled back. If we could take out that high right there, that'd be interesting, because maybe it may want to test this high right here. Copper, you see, just kind of holding that range, 408. It's oscillating back and forth. And like I said, palladium, just not even, consolidating, just sideways to a lower. So let's get into the metals. Here's the gold, as you can see, just chopping around here, holding this point of control of 1818. Value area high is 1928. And we got this nice little rally, a nice little pullback. And you're about to break out of the cloud, which is 1848. You're already at 1872. If we could take out that value area high of 1882, that's going to look good. You see the linear regression channels are pointing up. Volume last week was pretty strong. Looks like the MACD is about to cross over. And the trend is still good. Hekanashi just turned, open bar there. So it looks like it wants to push higher. In regards to copper, copper is that line in the sand I've been telling you about, that 408, 407 right there. And it's just kind of oscillating back and forth. Like it wants to break out, wants to close, but it hasn't decided yet. But once you get that close above, and take out this high, whatever this high is 435, it may want to maybe test this high and push higher. Palladium not looking too good. Seasonal cycles have been, effective on this instrument. It's just, pushing lower. So I would kind of just watch it. Maybe put some alerts. If it take out some key levels. Like what would be a key level here? Probably this 1467 or even 1581. But so far it's just, pushing lower. Platinum, kind of hovering, at the 959. Well, you got a MACD crossover, but volume was very negative last week, just kind of oscillating in the cloud. So, mid time frame, just kind of choppy. And 955, strong level, just kind of oscillating there. The MACD just kind of had a crossover. So it's kind of very mixed. Looks like it's losing Momo here a little bit, but kind of noisy. A lot of just chop, like a lot of, fail new low, then push higher. So, then it pulls back. So maybe we could probably get another leg higher. So if that happens, keep an eye on the 50 SMA, which is at 1005. That's platinum. And silver, just very weak. Nothing really excited about silver. You're below the 2099 is at 2060, kind of oscillating around the value of your low. Looks like you maybe found support at the 200 SMA 1998. And you got the 50, you got the 200, you got the 20, you got a MACD crossover on the monthly. You're below the cloud, so it's looking very, very weak in regards to these all these time frames, monthly, weekly, and daily. Lastly, the dollar. Very interesting. There's a 45 degree that's there, and it's having a resistance. If it's going to go up there, it's going to have to deal with it again. So we'll see if we could try to close above it. But if it doesn't and it fails, the metals could probably rally, and this could probably become maybe a wave 5. Hopefully you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, on the energy, and the metals. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and I'll see you again.